Hi, my name is Lim Cho Peng. I'm actually a retiree, believe it or not. But at the same time, I'm also a part-time faculty trainer at the Wealth Management Institute, and I teach a course called the Certified Wealth Advisory. I have a daughter who is 13 years old, and I spend a lot of time with her and also do a lot of exercise, reading, and also volunteer at the Junior Achievement to help teach financial literacy. I developed this simple title with the intention to create awareness among the youth and the young adults, the importance of budgeting, tracking your expenses, and savings. This may sound like very simple concepts, but they're actually very important life skills that will serve them for the rest of their lives. Despite its importance, financial literacy is not formally taught in schools, and most of the time, we pick up money habits from our parents or from the people that we spend the most time with. I have a 13-year-old daughter who is growing up in an environment that is very different from the one I had. Back then, my family was living from hand to mouth, and money was a big worry. Both my parents were not educated, so they had to rely on their hands to make a living. My mother was a stay-home seamstress who used her sewing skills to make income while looking after the family. My father was a spendthrift. If he had no job, there was no money. And miraculously, there was always food on the table because my mother always made sure that she put away money for emergencies. Later on, I found out that she was actually a serial saver who always put aside money. And I remember those days when she would go to the bank to check out all the fixed deposit rates to make sure that she gets the best deal. I'm glad that I picked my mother as the role model, and I hope that I can impart the same skills to my 13-year-old daughter. The young adults today are made up of Gen Z. These are the ones who are born between 1995 to 2009. They are digitally wired. They grew up with internet and social media, and most of their purchases are made using debit cards or credit cards or digital banking and e-commerce platforms. I don't even know if they use cash these days. And this has been made worse by COVID, where most of us would prefer to use a cashless payment in order to avoid the transmission of viruses. They are constantly bombarded with online advertisements whenever they turn on their handphones and personal devices, increasing the temptation for them to make impulsive purchases. This is made worse by buy now, pay later service providers who make credit easily available to them, fanning their buying spree. Not to forget, there is also peer pressure to appear to be successful or doing well, hence the need to buy expensive clothing, watches, or eating out at expensive restaurants. We may also be entering a new era of high inflation rate, which many of our young adults have never encountered before. Therefore, it is even more important for them to make their money work harder in order to counter these inflationary pressures. Gen Z and the generation after are also more likely to have a longer lifespan. Many of these young adults want to be financially independent, retire early. Think about it. If you retire at age 45, you would have only worked about 20 to 25 years. And if you have a lifespan of about 100 years, then you will have to make sure that in this 20 to 25 years, you accumulate sufficient resources to support yourself for the next 50 to 55 years. It's actually quite simple. Create a budget and track your expenses. The most important superpower that you need to have is to delay instant gratification. I know it's not easy in the digital world. Save as much as you can during your working lives and invest wisely so that you can have multiple sources of passive income to support your retirement. We live in a world today where economic cycles are getting shorter and the financial marketplace is getting more complex. Technology will constantly disrupt the jobs that they were initially trained for. Without good money habits, they will not be able to weather these uncertainties. The earlier one becomes comfortable managing money, the easier it is for them to weather these economic uncertainties. Develop a healthy relationship with money. Money is a means to an end, not the end itself. Chasing more money or consumer goods may not get you to where you want to be. For me, the most powerful mindset shift is to see money as a way to gain control of your time. And this is best summarized by the award-winning author Morgan Housel in his book, The Psychology of Money, where he describes financial independence as the ability to do what you want, when you want, with whoever you want, for as long as you want. It is the highest dividend money pays. I strongly recommend you to read the book if you want to improve your money management skills.